Thank you all for being here. I gotta use some notes because I'm old. But I gotta say a couple things. Number one, how about this damn band? Holy smokes! They are under the direction, please hold your hand up or stand up. Amanda Allen and Ken El Quistador Tinnin. In order to make this happen, it takes a lot of volunteers, a lot of people. We have got an incredible amount of volunteers here tonight. If you are a volunteer or one of my board members, would you please raise your hand, shout loud, or make yourself known, because you guys make this happen. We actually have one of my executive board members down here from St. Louis, Dr. Cynthia Mercer. 2021 is a very, very busy year for us. We, not only locally, but around the country. We have been in 14 states, Great Britain, and Canada. One of the most recent ones we've taken care of is a lady named Casey. She's a young mother, 3 kids, beautiful, and everyone in the world would call her successful. And you would call her the First Lady of Florida. Casey DeSantis became a Red Slipper Warrior this week. I met with the First Lady of Missouri, and we sent her a video, we sent her the package, and she's one of us now. As you know, Matt, Red Slipper Warrior is all about empowerment. I could stand up here and talk for 20 minutes, and that means 4 hours. But I could talk for 20 minutes about everything we do. I think most of you all know, but it's all about empowerment. It's about reminding women that are fighting cancer that it doesn't define you. You define you. You're still beautiful. You're still the saint that you are. The folks we were dancing with down here, by the way, they're some of our warriors. But they didn't take it, and they kicked cancer's ass. The Walk of Fame, when you walked in, you saw all those stars in there. That's women we've taken care of this year. The goal of Red Slipper Warrior is for every woman and girl that needs it to make sure they have it. This works every time we do it. It's not that difficult. And our goal is to make it happen for every woman we can. I'd like to bring up representatives from both JCMG and Goldschmidt to the stage. SSM Health Cancer Center and Regional Vice President, Dr. Lenora Adams, and Capital Region Healthcare Goldschmidt Cancer Center, Director of Goldschmidt Cancer Center, that's why I've got notes, Brad Johnson. If they come up to the stage, please. Lenora's actually on our board as well. We want to announce tonight, kind of give you a sneak peek, in about a month we're going to make a community announcement that every woman that is treated at both their facilities, every woman in Jefferson City local that is treated at these facilities will be hooked up with Red Slipper Warrior gear, empowerment. It makes them better fighters, and because you guys support what we do, we're able to do it at no charge to anybody. We just take care of it. The official launch will be in about a month. I want you to watch for that. But tonight, I want to at least give these guys an opportunity. We'll be partnering with them, and we're so grateful to partner with them. It's what we've been working for a long time. You've got champagne on your table. We're going to make a toast here in just a minute. But I'm going to give them just an opportunity to say a few words, and then we'll do a toast.
Thank you, Tim. At SSM Health St. Mary's, we are so pleased to be able to partner with Red Slipper Warrior Project and their mission to empower women and little girls as they struggle and fight through one of the most difficult times in their life. And at St. Mary's, we want to treat the patient, the whole patient, mind, body, and soul. And I feel like we have a community partner here who has the same mission and values and reaches out to and engages these women and little girls in such a powerful way to really impact their strength in a time of crisis. So can't wait to see what we're able to achieve, and thank you so much. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Lenore. Brett?
Thank you, Tim, and I really appreciate being here tonight. It's very exciting and blessed to be here and partner with you. Again, when you're going through that cancer diagnosis, you always need someone on your side and by your side every step of the way. And what a great reminder with the Red Slippers that every step that they take, there is somebody on their side fighting for them. They're never alone. And I think that's the message that oftentimes happens, is that you feel so isolated and so vulnerable, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a warrior and get the snot out of cancer.
Yes.
Thank you again. We're very much looking forward to making this community, no matter what facility they come to, that will have this great service. Thank you.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all. I'd like to thank you. Propose a toast. We have been working towards this for a very long time. We've been in 14 states, as I said. We've been in Canada. We've been in Great Britain. And that's great. But this is all about our folks in Missouri, the folks that support us from jump. I'd like to propose a toast to the partnership with our local hospitals to make sure every woman in mid-Missouri that goes to all these places is taken care of. Ladies and gentlemen, I propose a toast. Drink up. All right. Thank you guys very much. We're going to have an intermission here in just a second, but I want to bring up my Valentine. I can tell you there is no harder working woman on the planet than Katrina. You like what you see here? This is her. She has been the production director. This is her baby. And she has made it, well, you tell me. Is this pretty cool? She is she is my rock. She makes things happen. She's, like I said, the hardest worker woman I know. And I can't tell you how much I love this woman. She is amazing. So, I'm going to let her talk for a minute. I'm going to sit down.
Thanks, Dave. In the acting business, they say never follow an act with kids or dogs. They did not prepare me for following an act where we're celebrating women as warriors in their fight with cancer. I want to thank again the band, my fellow vocalists. You guys were killing it tonight. Thank you. To our committee, our fabulous committee, and I'm going to echo a little bit of what Tim just talked about, because as much as I thought we talked about Red Slipper, we clearly did not compare notes. So there's some duplications here, and I'll try to skip through them. Our board, our amazing board, and our sponsors, everyone involved, including you here tonight. And a great number of you have been here for several years with us. Some of you are new, and I hope you're enjoying it, and you'll want to come back every single year. Absolutely, you deserve something. Tim and I joke about, and anybody that knows us very closely knows that our standing joke is he's the wow and I'm the how. And that is a very accurate description of what we do, but it seems to work for us. He just wowed you, and hopefully I'm going to be able to give you a little bit of how we do what we do. And I think it's important for those of you who've been with us several years, many years in a lot of cases, and those of you that are new this year too, is to understand a little bit about what we've done in the last year. I think it's good to celebrate our successes from 2021. He mentioned the Walk of Fame and the roughly 100 women whose names appear on the Walk of Fame. I think it was an amazing addition to what we're doing this year to celebrate those people. He mentioned warriors in over 18 states, Canada and England, but the vast majority of the people that we serve are right here in Central and Mid-Missouri. After 2 years of planning, we finally received those bleeping bags and slippers and bunnies that we have been waiting for so long. Thank you, COVID, for the delay. I do want to say real quick, thanks to Carrie's Hallmark and Ann Julie with the green button. Carrie's has been supplying us with slippers until we got our own emblazoned slippers that were custom made for us. And Ann has been sewing slippers on the bunnies we've been giving to little girls until our bunnies arrived. And both have done it at a great discount or free, so that's fantastic. If you were here with us last year, you know we unveiled the cover of the book that Tim wrote. And as much as everybody loves the slippers and the bags, and not to take one thing away from either of those, it's what we do for our littles that always gets people right in the feels. It's that bunny, because she's so sweet. And when we unveiled to a couple children's hospitals that we're going to talk about here in a second, they said the bunny's great, the slippers are great, but the book really seals the deal for them, because it takes a lot of the mystique out of little girls being sick. We hope it's going to be in bookstores and schools and Scholastic's book club. If you're going to dream big, right? Good for the fence. That's going to kind of make a cool factor to being a little girl with cancer and dispel some of the why is she bald, why is she gone a lot. So we're hoping that teachers eventually will be reading this to their classes and explaining why Susie's not here every day. I have to say that he woke up one morning at like 4:45 and said, "Baby, we were talking about I should write a children's book. I dreamt it last night." I'm like, "Well, good God, get the computer and write it down while it's still fresh." So at 4:45 in the morning, he's chomping this out, and like 30 minutes later, the book is written. And right now, the book has been illustrated. It's at the editors and headed to the publishers, hopefully within about a month or so. So this spring, summer maybe, you're going to see some splash about that, trust me. Events. We did Angie Palooza this year. We did it bigger and better, so much bigger and better than we've ever done before. Brought Phil Vassar into the new amphitheater. It was fantastic. Yeah. It wasn't a bad opening act either, I'm just going to say. So stay tuned for some amazing acts this year. Hopefully maybe we'll get to do 2 out at the amphitheater. A couple other cool things that we did in 2021. Some friends of ours who we hooked his wife up. Well, they weren't friends at the time. We hooked a lady up in the Dallas area. Her husband contacted Tim and said, "Oh my God, this is just amazing. It's so cool what you've done for my wife. You probably wouldn't know this, but I do concerts." And Tim's like, "Oh, really? I do concerts too." So they got to chit-chatting online, and they put together a concert in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, raised over $5,000, and taking care of all the women in the hospital that his wife has been taking cancer treatments at. That's pretty spectacular. So that's how we got into the Dallas market. And right here in our own backyard, a group of ladies who have been fundraising for quite a few years as the Street Walkers for a Cure. They chose our charity this year, and they had a concert in Taos. The same night, Tim was in Dallas, and I was in Taos with Dave Baker. Okay. Thank you. Tim was at a death metal and rap concert in Dallas, and I got to listen to Dave Baker, so I won. 100%. Hands down, I won. We've also created not only an executive board on more of a national level with some folks that aren't necessarily in this area to help us spread our wings into other markets. We've also created a local advisory board of some incredible people. And let me tell you, everybody that's on that board is on there by design for what they bring to this organization and for their passion for what we do. They're in your program, so please take a chance to take a look at it. I'm hurrying up, I promise. Still, I'm halfway through. 2022, so let's talk about, we talked about what we've done, let's talk about what we want to do in 2022 because this is impactful for everybody in this room. Our advisory board met recently and we created a strategic plan for this year and for about the next 5 years on how we're going to position Red Slipper as an essential partner to warriors and the healthcare community to ensure that no warrior fights alone. Our goal is to increase the number of warriors by launching at 5 hospitals this year, increase donations to $125,000 this year, increase warm referrals to other cancer facilities. So those of you who know someone, I've got a friend who's an oncology nurse at such and such. Those are the kind of referrals that we need to be able to grow this, grow this organization. I've got to sing in a few minutes, oh geez. And as you can imagine, Tim's not very good at saying no to any warrior, anywhere. And of course, we don't expect Central Missouri to fund the world. We know that's not realistic, and that's not what we're asking you to do. But we need you to know that when we receive a request online for a warrior in an area outside of Jefferson City, most of the times they are accompanied by a donation. Sometimes they are not, and we're committed to saying we're not going to tell you no. But we do explain that our mission, and that we may or may not have a funding source or don't have a funding source in their area. So hopefully when we get future referrals from that area, we'll be able to take care of all of them as well. We wanted to celebrate with you tonight the first 2 hospitals that will be partners with Red Slipper. And look, as Tim said, look for our community launch. I've got a little sneak peek. The First Lady of Missouri will be at our launch because she supports what we do. And she's a big fan of the Red Slipper Warrior Project. Also, hopefully this spring or summer, we will be launching at Mercy Children's Hospital in St. Louis. Thank you, Mercy. Cardinal Glennon Hospital in St. Louis and Kansas City Children's Mercy at the Adele Hall campus. That alone will cover hundreds and hundreds of women and little girls in the state of Missouri. Of course, there are so many things to do, but we wanted to share some of that incredible work with you. So wrap it up, a lot of times, often, frequently, almost daily, someone says, I love what you do, how can I get involved? What can I do to help? Well, I want to give you a snapshot of what you can do to help. Coming here tonight was a phenomenal first step. You've taken care of lots and lots of women and little girls just by showing up tonight. I think that's right. You can spread the word. You can refer warriors to us. You can talk to people in your circle of influence about what you've experienced tonight, and you hopefully know a little bit more about what we do. You can like and follow us on Facebook. Our strategic plan includes 5,000 likes and followers by the end of this year, and that's a quantum leap for us. We've got a lot, but that's a long way to go. Continued giving. Those of you who have the opportunity to continue to give a little bit, or a lot, a little bit every month through payroll deduction, or if your company offers a matching program where if you give X amount, they will match that amount, that would be wonderful to expose Red Slipper to your company. Something simple like maybe you're into running, you want to sponsor a 5K, you want to do a poker run, you're a member of a specific civic group or church, and you'll allow Tim to come talk to you. I promise you give him 10 to 15 minutes to talk to your group. Everybody there will love Red Slipper as much as you do. Those of you that are 72 and over, a little tidbit that I learned from one of our board members this last year is if you are taking a required minimum distribution on your IRA, you're 72 plus, you can designate a charity, any charity, and if that money goes directly from your employer to the charity instead of going to you and then the charity, that money is not taxed. So you can gross up what you give in that way. There's approximately 1 million women a year receiving a cancer diagnosis, so the need is great. I hope someday that we don't have to have a Valentine's show. We can just sit at home in our jammies. That'd be great. But that'll never happen, come on. Until that point, we are going to continue to hopefully make this event the most fun fundraiser you're going to get to go to every single year. And we greatly appreciate every single one of you that are here, upstairs, downstairs, the volunteers. Thank you so much. Thank you. One last thing, our silent auction is going to end at 9:30. We're going to start intermission. Please bring the house lights up, grab a drink, go to the bathroom. We're going to be back to see you in just a few minutes.